Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's Kiki, which is the rumor going around that Mauricio Umansky and Dorit Kemsly allegedly had a breakup pact where he would leave Kyle, she would leave PK, and they would drive off into the Beverly Hills sunset happily ever after. Now, I have my thoughts on whether or not this is true, and I'm also going to show you receipts on where this rumor came from. But before we dive in, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. So with that, here we go. So this is a little bit of background. All the way back in 2013, there were rumors about Mauricio Umansky cheating on Kyle Richards. It says in the new issue of Star Magazine, they have a story which came out from a hooker that Mauricio Umansky was hitting on. The hooker says that Mauricio told her that he cheated on his wife, Kyle Richards, from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm married, but I stray once in a while. The story goes on to say that there are tons of stories about his extramarital activities, and all of his friends know about it, but that Kyle closes her eyes to the subject and refuses to acknowledge that her husband ever cheats. Mauricio's rep says the whole thing is just harmless flirting and that he often buys drinks for hookers in hotel bars and exchanges numbers with them, that it's all just business. But apparently, a decade later, now in 2023, all of that cheating has caught up to Mauricio. All right, now in the news is that they have a breakup pact based on this blind item from Crazy Days and Nights. It says this housewife had a long-time affair, which really was the downfall of her marriage and her lover. But her lover has moved on, even though he said he would be there for her when she finally split with her husband, and her lover split from his wife. Now, this is supposed to be Mauricio Umansky and Dorit Kemsly. I also have, this is from the Kyle Marissa's TikTok account. She breaks it down, and I'm going to show you guys that video, and then we will talk about it. All right, here we go.
You want more, I'll give you more. Speaking of the Dorit rumors and Kyle spiraling, we have the latest Dorit and PK blind item and the latest Mauricio Umansky Dorit blind item. But first, I posted on my main, y'all saw Mauricio Umansky come out with his Emma Slater, his Dancing with the Stars partner, talking about that handhold. The reason why Mauricio had Emma Slater do that video is because between the former Playboy model, the former actress, and his current network reality co-star, this married real estate agent can't keep all the women in his life straight. So Mauricio is allegedly hooking up with Kendra Wilkinson, Emma Slater, and Kyle Richards all at the same time. So Emma Slater had to help him out there because they can't know about each other. Tell them about each other. Now y'all saw this. rhobh's Dorit Kemsly and Paul Kemsly deny separation amid challenging years in marriage. We remain committed. So despite the fact that they have been living separately and in different residences, they're split. They're split. But the real reason for the split, this housewife had a long time affair, which was really the downfall of her marriage and her lover. But her lover has moved on, even though he said he would be there for her when she finally split with her husband and her lover split with his wife. So this blind item is saying Mauricio and Dorit definitely carried on a years-long affair, okay, while rhobh was going on. Then they made a deal to leave their respective spouses. Dorit would leave PK, Mauricio would leave Kyle. Mauricio and Kyle split, right? They split. They split. She's in her fucking girl-on-girl era. He's in his Kendra Wilkinson and 18 other women era. And denying hand-holding claims because they were in their rehearsal outfits video. And then Dorit was like, great, I'm going to leave PK now. And then Dorit went and left PK, and Mauricio was like, girl, what? Hooking up with literally like 18 other women. You're not the only one now. And now Dorit's like, just kidding. PK and I like are are trying to work it out and heal. God, rich people, they are literally nothing like us.
All right, you guys, now let's dissect this real quick. And remember, blind items are always alleged, rumored. They're not necessarily the gospel. I personally think this is what happened, and I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below. When it comes to a breakup pact, I think Dorit. Well, first, do I believe that Dorit and Mauricio had an affair? I personally do. I think one of two things happened. Either, yes, it was this years long affair and it was sex for Mauricio and Dorit caught feelings, or maybe they got wasted one time and something went down, they had sex, and there was sort of this like, thing between them. It happened once. But do I think something happened? Yes, I do. In my opinion, I do think something went down. Whether it was a years long affair or a oopsie drunk night, I do think something happened. Now, where I don't believe that it's a breakup pact, and this is why I don't think there was one. I think Dorit, yes, may have caught feelings for Mauricio, but I don't think that Mauricio ever agreed to leave Kyle. And I'll tell you why. Number one, Kyle has said it was her idea to separate from Mauricio, and that seems to track. That seems to be true. She said it on Watch What Happens Live. Mauricio has pretty much backed that up. And I genuinely think that Mauricio was shocked that Kyle actually left him. I don't think he thought Kyle would ever leave him. I think it was business as usual. He dips it and he does it. He cheats. He does what he wants. It was sort of this like, we are going to put on the front like we're monogamous, but behind the scenes, we have an agreement that you can do your thing. I can do my thing. Just don't embarrass me and don't get caught. Don't make it public, right? And I think that for a couple of reasons. One, if he was like, yeah, I want to have this breakup pact with Dorit and I'm going to leave my wife of 20 plus years for her best friend and co-star on this TV show, then that kind of, poo-poos on his whole brand. Buying Beverly Hills on Netflix, his new show, it's all about being a family show. Sure, it's one thing to separate and get divorced, which is really sad, but that is a very different narrative, a very different chink in your armor than you were cheating on your wife with her best friend and with your best friend, aka Pete Kemsly's wife. Those are two separate things. People separate and divorce every single day. But the scandal of it all, to be like, yeah, I was having sex with my wife's best friend and her co-star and my best friend's wife, all behind their back. And now I'm going to leave my wife, mother of my children, to be with her best friend. That would be a completely different type of scandal. And I don't think that Mauricio would ever put his reputation, his ego, his image, his persona, the reputation of the agency of his Netflix show on the line for Dorit, right? It's one thing to have cheating allegations and rumors like every other dude out there. You know what I'm saying? Not in a negative way, but you know what I'm saying, versus actually coming out with that. So I don't think that there was ever a real breakup pact. Maybe what could have happened was, like a lot of guys who are cheating on their wives or girlfriends will tell the side chick, oh yeah, it's not a good time. I love you. I don't love her. I really want to be with you. Down the line, we'll be together. Something like that. You know what I mean? How they sort of just like lead the side chick on, lead like as soon as, later on. But obviously they never have any type of real plans to actually lead their wife. Duh. Something like that may have happened, but this whole breakup pact, I don't buy it. I don't think that's what's happening. Now, I do think a reason why Kyle broke up with Mauricio, or at least they're separated. One, I think Kyle got tired of the cheating. I think she got tired of being embarrassed out here on these streets. I think she had a bit of a mental break when her best friend that she knew from childhood passed away. She succumbed to her mental illness and she, passed away. I think Kyle is still grieving that. I don't think Mauricio was there for her. He was out there doing his Netflix shows, hooking up with Dorit, hooking up with Wilkinson, hooking up with this person, doing that. And he wasn't really there for her when she needed it. And I think she's going through like some sort of crisis. That's what I think is going on. And that's why I think there was no breakup pact. I think that Mauricio is genuinely shocked that Kyle would break up the image of them being this perfect couple, which is what their entire brand has been built on. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's that. But then let's also watch a clip for a little, comic relief from Karen Huger's wig. Shout out to that YouTube channel that sort of got the whole ball rolling. So we'll watch 2 clips, okay? Here we go.
Dorit's dress is beautiful.
Period. Dot.
How are you?
How you doing, my man? I missed you.
I'm all right. You?
You made it home.
I spoke to you last night.
Bitch!
Erica's dress is short. The wings. My wife.
Do you want to do this? Do you?
Just go! I came with her. I'm leaving with her. You're not wanted. Excuse me, neither are you. Ask your husband. This is my...
You got all white?
Excited, yeah. Yeah. Wouldn't miss it for the world.
So I want to know what you guys think, okay? Put it down in the comment section. Put it down in the chat box. Do you believe the blind item that Mauricio and Dorit were together for over a year, cheating with each other? They had a breakup pact. He leaves Kyle, she leaves PK, and then they were going to get together. But then Mauricio was like, psych Dorit, because he's cheating with, allegedly cheating with all these other people. The Kendra Wilkinson cheating rumor, that's been around for years, because she's from the Girls Next Door reality show. And then now she's a real estate agent for the agency. That rumor has been around for years. As we know, the rumor of him hooking up with his dancing partner, Emma Slater, that's been around since he's been on Dancing with the Stars. They came out and denied it. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. They came out and denied it. Who knows? But he's been having cheating rumors literally forever, for over a decade. Like I said before, this blind item was from 2013. So a decade ago, they were talking about his rumors cheating on her. So I want to know what you guys think. Again, I told you what I think. I don't think there was a breakup pact. I do think something happened between them, but I think there's all this other stuff going on. So, and I also want to know, what do you think is going to happen with PK and Dorit? He's been spotted without his wedding ring. He's allegedly living at the Beverly Hills hotel. Allegedly, they've been separated for months now. He was out in London doing his thing. She was here in LA. They owe $1 million in taxes, the alleged fake robberies for insurance scam claims, all of this stuff. So what do you guys think? And they're denying that they're split, but clearly it seems like they're separated and they're split. I think Dorit left PK for a couple of reasons. One, I don't think she's sexually attracted to him anymore. Two, I think that she's tired of being broke and scheming and scamming and being a grifter for their money. Three, I think that, he's cheating on her, allegedly, with, women and men. That's the word on the street. I say this all the time, but I'll say it again for new people. Anytime we talk about sexuality, it's from a place of love and inclusion. So if we talk about men and men or women and women or whatever it is, we talk about it all, but it's from a place of love, not a place of negativity or judgment. So put it down below. Let me know what you guys think.